Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. You know, Mother's Day is coming up and I thought it would be really nice to give her something special and personalized. And so I've come up with a very simple, personalized votive candle. And I'd like to teach you how to make it right now. So for this project, you are going to need to print some pictures. And in this case, I've used vellum. Now, vellum is a paper that is sort of a translucent paper, as opposed, you can see here's regular paper, and it's kind of much more opaque. So if you can find vellum, it's a great thing to print your pictures on because it's going to give you a very translucent, see-through quality. But you can also use just regular paper if that's all you have. Now, you're going to want to make your picture about 1.5 to 1.75 inches tall by, say, 2 inches wide. It's up to you how big you make it, but that's about the right size. You're going to need your scissors. And I'm going to also be using an X-Acto knife at a certain point, and so I do have my cutting surface here. I've already cut my pictures here out of my translucent vellum paper. You're also going to need a little votive candle. This is electric, and I always suggest using electric votive candles, especially when you're using washi tape, and that's because washi tape is a paper-based tape and you don't want a flame to catch it on fire. I also have some Elmer's glue stick here, just a glue stick, and my washi tape. And then I have my little votive candle holder. Now, I've gone for a votive candle holder that is straight up and down. You really kind of want to go with something like this as opposed to something with a bowl or something with a shape to it, because the tape is going to adhere much nicer and much cleaner to this sort of a shape as opposed to like a fishbowl shape. First thing we're going to do here is I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to put the scrap paper here, flip my pictures over, and using my glue stick, I'm going to apply the glue stick to the backs of my pictures. And I want to get a nice, good amount on there. And I really want to make sure I get the edges. That's really important. Don't worry that this is purple. It's going to dry clear. I'm just going to place this right in the center. And you can see that if this was a bold shape or if it was more of a fishbowl shape, that my sister Frida's picture wouldn't rest as nicely as it does here. I'm going to take my picture and put it on the back, since this is for my mother, and she's going to want both of her girls, my sister and myself. And I'm going to line that up on the back side there and put that picture on there. Just like that. Okay, now I don't need the scrap paper anymore. That was just to get that glue. This glue does tend to get all over the place, so when you're using it, you want to put a piece of scrap paper underneath. Now, we're really going to secure these in by using some washi tape. What's fun about washi tape is that it's already got that built-in translucent feel. Okay, now finding the edge, of course, is a bit of a challenge. Okay, it took me a while, but I found the end. All right, here we go. So the great thing about washi tape is that it's a paper tape, which makes it cut easily with either an X-Acto knife, scissors, or even ripping. Now, I've given myself a nice sharp edge there. And what I'm going to do is start to frame out Frida's picture. Now, all I'm going to do is place that edge right at the top of the votive. And then I'm just going to come across the bottom. And I'm not going to get too worried about the bottom. I can rip this because nobody's really going to see the bottom. And cut it again, make it nice and neat. And I'm going to come over to the other side. And there, I've framed my sister nicely. And I can use scissors so that the next time, there we go, I won't have to cut that other side. So now let's frame me. And to the edge. And take it down. And again, across the bottom. Cut it with scissors. Over to the other side. And bring it down. Now, if you want to, you can use a contrasting tape here just for fun, I'm going to be using some polka dots. Trim that edge. And I'm going to overlap a little bit. Now you can see there's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of a flange to this, so it's not going to be exactly up and down. There's going to be a slight sideways coming in, so a slight angle there. But that's okay because you know the tape is so pretty. And if you did this with just a colored tape as opposed to using a pattern tape, you wouldn't even see that. Okay, I'm going to overlap again a little bit. Just come down to the bottom, and the other side. Now, one thing about washi tape, though, you do have to find that end because it does love to disappear on you. Here it is. And once again, now, if you've got a crooked edge there, what you can do, just leave it over the top, come back with your scissors and just trim it. There you go. All right, now I'm almost done here. Take this along the bottom. And all I got to do is finish up the bottoms here. So for the top, I'm going to use my polka dots. And I think I'm going to go all the way around. Now, as you're going around here, because of the flange, you may find that you need to pick it up and move it a little bit. Just to make sure you get a nice solid line and you don't get any scudgies. If you do get scudgies, you can always make tiny little cuts like this. You make tiny little cuts like that, then you can lay it down and layer the other one over top, and that will allow it to lay flat. But this one does not have that much of a flange to it, so, or flare, I should say. Okay, now we just got the bottom to do. And actually on the bottom, I think I'm going to use the jig-jag chevron. Now if you want to line your chevron up, that'll be nice. It does like to roll around here. Let's try to get that again. And when you do cut your tape, because you're going to line your chevron up, just try to cut it so that you're cutting in the pattern. In this case, the white part is up at the top, so that it lines up as best it can. You can always trim if you need to. Okay, and we'll do Frida's side, and then we are done with our little votive. One. Now you could use bigger pictures too, and then you wouldn't have to use as much washi tape. You can play with that. There we go. And now all we got to do is add our light. And there you have it, a simple, sweet, personalized Mother's Day gift for your mother or for anybody else that you might happen to love. And remember, you don't have to use that vellum if you can't find it. You can always use regular paper. It'll just be a little bit more opaque, like you see right here. And the colors for the photograph will be a little bit brighter. And also, if you don't want to use a photograph, you can always use just basic washi tape to decorate your votive candle. You still get a wonderful, beautiful, warm effect. The thing I love about that washi tape is it's got that translucent quality that just makes the flame flicker look so pretty. For more fun ideas for around the house and for the ones you love, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com.